So years ago, my old man pranked me, and he pranked me with this rifle. So don't go away. I'm going to tell you the story about the rifle and about the prank. So if you haven't noticed, I'm sitting with the lion again. Now, if you've been on the channel long enough, a few months back, I did another video having to do with the lion. And I'll put a link to it up here if you're interested in watching. It was a short video, and anyway, you can go watch that video if you want. So my old man started Rhodey's Gun Shop, which is our retail store, back in 1962. And when he did that, his intention or his desire or his want was to always build custom rifles. That was sort of his first love. Now the retail store, it came out of that more than it was an intended objective from the beginning. Again, Dad always wanted to make custom rifles. So he and his brother, my Uncle Henry, in fact, they did build custom rifles. They built a lot of them. And I've been contacted by a few of those customers over the years. In fact, later on, as I got older and I got into the business, I started helping them do some of that custom work. I did a lot of their stock work for them. While Dad did the machining and Henry did a lot of the polishing and other cosmetic things that got done to the rifles. They used Mauser actions for their custom work. And guys, they have built some really stunning examples of both custom and art. This is the only one that I have left that they actually built. Now, I don't know if they built this for a customer or with the intentions of selling it to a customer, but they never did. For over 30 years, this was their sample piece. This is what they showed prospective customers who came in and asking for them to build a rifle. This is the rifle that Dad would often pull out, hand to a prospective customer, or even towards the latter years when he wasn't building rifles anymore, just as a showpiece to show customers the kind of work that the boys used to do. Now, Dad always told me that this was built on a Persian Mauser frame, and he was close. Actually, when I did some research on the gun for this video, it's actually Iranian. When you look in the books, both the Persian and the Iranian Mausers are sort of listed in the same category on the same write-ups. So based on all the research that I've done, I'm pretty confident that this was built in the mid-30s, and I'm not sure yet, and I'll do some more work on this if there's any interest, but I'm thinking this thing was also built by CZ out of the Czech Republic. They built a lot of the rifles for the Iranians and part of the Persian Gulf countries. So this is a beautiful rifle, and it's a great example of the work that my dad and my uncle used to do. If there's any interest in me doing another video, a bigger video just on this rifle, pointing out all the markings and the features that they built into it, I'll be happy to do a video like that in the future. So let me know in the comments. Is a video on one of my dad's customs worth a video showing it to you guys? Leave a comment, and if there's any interest, I'll be sure to do that sometime in the future as well. So let me tell you the story of the prank that my old man pulled on me. And if any of my viewers are my regular customers or Dad's regular customers or knew my dad from the past, they're going to just smile, because my old man probably pulled a prank similar to this to more than just me. Anyway. And by the way, my old man pulled more than one prank on me, and you would think after a while I'd wise up to it. Old man was a great guy. My dad was a great guy. Anyway, this is chambered in 8mm Mauser. When Dad built this rifle, this is compact, this is short, this is light, this is not your Mauser battle rifle. So Dad took a lot of weight out of this, took a lot of weight out of the barrel. He shortened the barrel, light compact stock on this thing. So I walked in the shop one day years ago, and as I'm walking through the door, my dad smiles at me. He says, "Hey," he says, He said, I want you to go do something for me. I said, sure, Dad, what is it? He goes out and he gets this rifle. I mean, this was 30 some odd years ago. This was shortly after he had finished it. So he hands me the rifle and he hands me 3 rounds of ammo. And he goes, why don't you take this out back to the range? And he said, I want you to go shoot this. And I'm thinking, hey, cool, you know, 3 free rounds of ammo, downrange, how can you beat that, okay? So I take this rifle out to the range and I put 3 rounds in the magazine and I close the bolt. Now I'm doing this offhand. I pick this rifle up, put it to my shoulder. Now this is summertime and I'm wearing a light shirt just like this. I pick this rifle up, point it downrange, squeeze that trigger. If you've never shot an 8mm and a rifle that's about 6 pounds, you're in for a treat, you're in for a surprise. Because I wasn't expecting it. If the old man had said, Bill, hold on to this thing because it will rock you back, I would have been better prepared for it. But that's the prank. That's what my dad would do to me, okay? He hands me this rifle, gives me those 3 rounds, I take it out, I throw the first round in the chamber, touch that gun, and that thing rocked me back. It hurt so bad because I wasn't prepared for the amount of recoil that this little rifle shoved back into my shoulder. I walked back to the shop, opened the door, had the rifle in one hand, the 3 rounds in the other, and as I'm walking through the door, my old man has the biggest grin on his face because he knew what he had just done. And I never, ever swore at my dad. Never swore at my dad. But I walked through that door and I shoved this rifle at it and I said, you son of a bitch. And that just made him smile and laugh all the harder. That was my dad. That was the kind of things that my old man would do. Now this is a tough old World War II Marine. You would not think that this man, this serious man, would pull something like that. But that was my dad. That was the kind of things that he would do. And that's my story. That's my dad pranking me. Someday I'll tell you another story of dad pranking me. Same kind of thing, but with a different gun. And you would think after a while I would learn, but I didn't. If you enjoyed this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hey, listen, head over to my Instagram page. Let's give the bony middle digit to Mark Zuckerberg because he will not share my content on Instagram with anybody because it's firearms related. I get these warnings all the time. Head on over to my Instagram. I'll put a link to that in the description. Give me some support over there. Also, over on my Patreon page, I've started uploading the videos on that 1873. If you're interested in a little bit more intimate content, consider heading over to my Patreon page and signing up, perhaps supporting the channel over there. I'll also put a link to that in the description. Guys, I appreciate you being here. Short video was short by intention. I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.